What's up, my BMX nerd friends? Welcome back to my channel. This clip that you're about to watch is from an episode with Aaron Ross. Still unbelievable that the Aaron Ross came over to my house and we set up and did a podcast, but I thought that this segment was interesting and I hope that you do too. So without further ado, let's get into it. Check out this clip.
We could talk all day.
I'm here for it.
So what do you want to know?
I want to know, I would love to know, like, at the peak of Aaron Ross's BMX career, how much you were making.
Oh man,
how you do it.
Dang, straight to it.
We don't have to. You don't have to answer it. You know.
Oh no, I don't really mind
I'm
now.
always curious.
I think there was a couple. I'd say outside of royalties and outside of other stuff, there was a couple of years where I made 120, 140, 150.
Fucking awesome for BMX. Dude.
Yeah.
And in living in
outside
Texas
of royalties, and some of those years I made, So there was a handful of years you could average that I made a good amount of money for a long time.
Yeah. And it's 1099, right? You're an independent contractor for these companies,
which is hard to buy houses that way.
Yeah.
But I was, if you want to get anything done, you can find someone to help you get it done. Yeah. I don't think I've had a lot of, I've been very lucky to have my parents who weren't into real estate. My mom was very smart, but that was scary to them. Not real estate, but just bunch of real estate. Yeah. Leveraging yourself so bad
that if the shit hits the fan, the shit,
and so, and I think but you can always put yourself in a good position. Also, living in a good city like Austin is, it's only getting better.
It only got better. Yeah.
Especially
and the pandemic boosted Austin.
Yes.
To the top.
And which now the houses are sitting. Not that it's a problem because I have a good situation with all mine, but it's not always a foolproof plan, but it does work well.
It's one of the best plans.
Yes.
So that's interesting. So your mom's an accountant. Is she the one that helped you take your 1099 and get approved to get a traditional loan? How'd you buy your first house?
My first house, I was pretty young. My parents actually co-signed. And so that was a huge, I couldn't have done it without them. Even though I had I was lucky to have a huge down payment. I had a lot of cash. I technically made a lot of money.
Yeah.
My dad is self-employed and he works, and he does really well for himself now. They always have the same jobs, but as you get better and you just get a bigger network, our network of people, my dad and mom do really well now.
What does your dad do?
He's a service guy for an automotive, Hunter Engineering, so he installs automotive equipment. So everything that works on your car, lifts it up, tire machines. My dad's a big garage guy, has made jetpacks to fly around the lake.
Yeah, I saw about that.
He's a wild guy.
That's awesome.
But my mom was always a big, maybe this, but big Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
So, guy helps you get out of debt and save money. And
don't
my mom was very traditional when it came to that stuff, pay everything off, owe nobody nothing, and save.
Yeah.
Save.
Play it safe.
And I was but I gotta do things to make money if I don't want to go get a job.
Right.
And I was lucky to not have a traditional job. So then I wanted to find ways to make money in a non-traditional way, even though in our world now, that is a traditional way. It's just it depends on where you come from and what you want. And so still to this day, I'm we're buying another house, Dad. We're going to do this. We're going to renovate. And my dad's you can see the fear on my dad's face. The support is there and he's there. And he'll help me put in cabinets, tear down walls. My dad is there. There's been times my parents have driven 11 out of 12 weekends up to help us with projects.
Nice.
3.5 hour drive. They'll be there by 10 a.m.
But they love it.
Love it. And they don't want $1.
And they get to see their granddaughter.
Yeah, they get to see. They just love. My dad just one of those people that he can literally build, make, do anything.
Sick.
And he loves to be able to show people that. Yeah. And not in a show off way. He just loves to be able to be oh, they did it on a TV show. We did it too. And he doesn't need any. He doesn't need anything for it. He just oh, we could do that. I'm okay.
Love that.
And so I think having a good support system like my parents and my mom being able to be okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do a short-term mortgage on your house when I'm 22. You're making enough money. She knew how much money. She was helping me with it. She saw all the money, or she knew what was going on. And at that time, I actually wasn't making a crazy amount of money. The money when I bought the first house, it just was enough to buy a house and had a down payment. Yeah. But it came the next 3 or 4 years. I did really well with my Etnies shoes.
Oh, shit. And this is timed out perfectly because this is after the market crashed at 08.
Yeah.
So
I bought 2010 maybe.
Yeah, dude.
2009,
wow.
10,
Talk
11.
About timing. That's fucking perfect.
And then I ended up, buying another condo and stuff. And I just would do these short-term mortgages and pay extra every month. And I didn't have and not that this is everyone's, but I didn't do anything else. I didn't drink. I didn't do any drugs. So like all the money that I could have been spending other places, I just put towards this. I didn't have like, and not that it's something's wrong with doing it the other way. This is just how I did it. And like, I also just wanted to give I mean, if I was being very honest, the way I didn't do it to then get to where I am today. I did it on like my entire goal was that when bike riding ended, I owned a house that I had a lot of money in.
Yeah.
And I could go one or two ways. I could sell it, use that money to move back to Corpus and like get a real job, but I would have this huge like jump
Safety
start.
net, yeah.
2, I would have paid off the house enough to where I could get 2 roommates.
Yeah.
And have them pay me. I'd live for free and I get to travel and continue to ride bikes.
It's called house hacking.
And so it wasn't that I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this house, buy another house, and like become this real estate person. It was just that I was like, how do I make the transition to like traditional life after BMX easier?
Yeah.
And like I was way ahead on that idea. I mean, I would have guessed that I wouldn't have got to where I am today, and I would have just sold houses and like, or sold them all, got chunks of money and moved on.
Yeah.
And like, and I was fortunate to keep grinding and like doing other stuff and like doing other food truck business, just other things. And so now it's all kind of like, and now then I met my wife who was into real estate, and then she was into development, and she does way better than I'll ever do.
How did you meet her?
My Devin Hutchins' sister's best friend is Bethany's sister. Okay. And she, we like went to Top Golf one night with Bethany's, or with,
The
Chelsea,
crew,
the crew, and she was like, you should meet my sister. And I was like, okay. And here we are all these years later. She was like, oh, you're right, we should meet
How
each
long
other.
ago was this?
9 years ago, in October. So we've been married for I guess this was our 7th anniversary. So we've been we've been together for a while.
That's great.
And she was always, where we are alike the most, and we don't have this fear of like, we are excited to try and do like weird, unique ways to make money.
Yeah.
So like houses and like flipping things, and like we aren't, we're both on the same page. We're like, I don't really. And I actually talked to someone about this the other day, and I maybe said it on other things, but BMX money came so easy. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm so great and money came easy. It just appeared in my account. Like they just gave it to you for riding bikes. It's not like I had to like go and dig a hole to like earn the money.
Right.
And then it was like, well, that's my money. Dug that hole and I earned it. I kind of always saw it. It was like, well, I rode bikes and like now I'm good at it, and they like gave me money. So therefore the money was easy to spend.
Yeah.
And not like I didn't buy ridiculous things. It was just easy. Like it was all this mathematical like internet thing that like the money was just in these accounts. You just like transferred to someone else. Like,
yeah, it doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel real.
Let's play with it.
It's like the way people talk about Bitcoin money. Like it doesn't feel real. It's play money. And so mentally now it's different because now you have I have a daughter, and like things are a little different. But at that time you definitely felt like, okay, they're giving it to me to ride bikes. It's not going to be that weird. Like I'm not holding it. It's not like I have a case of it in my house where I have to walk around it and it's like annoying, or like I'm like, that's a lot. It's like, well, I could just like magically transfer it over here and this property becomes mine. So they say.
Yeah.
So they say.
Yeah.
And so I think it was like easy come, easy go type of deal, but it worked out in a good way. And like I don't think that's barely cocky. It's just like, dude, we are so lucky to ride bikes and then to give us money. So like I'm gonna try the hardest I can do to make the most of it.
Well, wasn't that an interesting clip? If you want to check out the full episode of the podcast, Kanode Knows, brought to you by DIG BMX featuring Aaron Ross, click the link in the description. Big thank you to DIG, big thank you to Aaron, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Did I ask you to like and subscribe? Do it, please. Thanks.